Hi, Melissa. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do your tarot reading. I've shuffled the cards already. I'm going to go ahead and cut them before we start. Okay, so they're shuffled and cut. This first card is what covers you. This sums up your overall situation. This is the Nine of Spring. So spring is the fire suit, and in a normal deck that would be staves. So when we look at this, nines can be completion, but you can tell that she is headed into kind of an unfamiliar territory. So there's a little bit of fear and apprehension going on, but it isn't something that she's shying away from. It's okay. So as you can see, she's just gotten into the tall grass. She's got these ladybugs around. She looks a little intrepid, but she's still going to go ahead and go forward. It will be okay. But it's unfamiliar to her. She's entering into a place that she hasn't been before. As you can see, the leaves and the flowers are really tall, so she can't see her way. She doesn't know how to prepare for what's ahead. She doesn't even know what's ahead. But she does have a little bit of bravery and courage because she's got, her ladybug friends there, and they kind of know this area a little bit better than she does. They're on her side. They'll help her navigate through this. And, she will be okay, but it's good to take caution. When you're in a place like this, it's not necessarily like things are going to go bad. Most likely they won't. You've got other people on your side, but just, watch where you're going and keep your guard up and pay attention to, what the people around you are saying or what your intuition is telling you. So in a standard deck, the person depicted in the Nine of Staves has just fought a battle, and they're a little bit weary and they're tired, and the people that they were fighting with have gone, so they're just kind of standing there a little bit defeated. Not defeated, they didn't lose, but they're standing there just like winded, and the people are gone, but they can't let down their guard yet because it's not quite over. Nines are completion, but in this case it's over, but it's not quite over because you don't want to rest and assume that that it's time to completely let down your guard. So as far as the battle, that part is over, but it's wise to still stay aware. I'm sorry I'm talking so much. They're not all going to be that long, I promise. So anyway, to sum up the situation, it's entering into unfamiliar territory, possibly a little bit scary. Maybe on the other side of some challenges, but not feeling like you're out of the woods yet. So stay aware, but you do have people on your side. What crosses this situation, or something that affects this, is the Ten of Summer. Tens, again, being more completion, but starting the next cycle as well. Nines are completion, and then 10 brings us, it's an ending and a beginning all in one, really, but you've been through all of the previous. So this in a regular tarot deck would be a Cups card. This is a very good card. So it's good that you have this going for you, affecting this situation, because this is a little bit, tense and scary almost. But this is adding to that in a positive way. So this is emotional fulfillment and happiness, joy, feelings of love. The summer is the Cups deck, the Cups suit, which stands for love and tenderness, affection, beauty, all those things that make you feel good inside, joyful, art. So having reached a place where you have that, you have those feelings of closeness, of being cared for, of being loved, and that's going to help carry you through these uncertain times right here. And most likely these feelings that you have come from these people around you that are with you, right beside you. And it's important to remember that they are there, and let the feelings of love help get you through the harder times. Okay. At the foundation. So in your distant past, or the foundation of this issue, we have the King of Summer. Kings, court cards, kings, queens, jacks, queen, or princesses usually signify people. Not always, but just keep in mind that this could be a person. Don't pay attention to the words at the bottom. I mean, you can, but each card means something different depending on where it's played and what cards are around it, so don't get too hung up on one definition. But at the foundation of this issue, it could be an older man, Summer, again, being hearts, so it would be a warm-hearted man. Being a king, he'd be emotionally mature, but soft and tender, somebody caring, somebody that's not jaded, somebody that maybe could help you, somebody that you've been able to talk to and receive kind, loving advice, somebody who, like I said, makes you feel like you can trust them and who cares for you. Maybe like a father, grandfather, that type of thing. All right. Your recent past, we have the Princess of Summer. I'm noticing a lot of summer, which is heart. So there's a lot of matters of the heart going on here. Feelings of love and that type of thing is really a major theme here for you. The recent past, we have the Princess of Summer. This could be you, or it could be another person. I think as we go on, it'll be more clear. I would have to venture a guess that probably is you. But your recent past, having that feeling of innocence, naivety, believing that the world is good and the world is pure and everybody can be trusted and everybody's wonderful and everyone's your friend. It is a little bit of a naive or innocent viewpoint, which unfortunately life doesn't allow for us to maintain for very long. And that can be hard when we let go that part of ourselves. It's a youthful, idealistic take on the world. So what that tells me is in your recent past, maybe you were that way. You thought everything was sunshine and rainbows and you could always see the bright side of everything, and maybe innocently thought that the people were better than they were, and that life was more fair or more happy than it turned out to be. But you look at the card and you see there's so much going on. There's all different colors, the flowers blooming, there's magic in the air. This person being able to see the magic in everything, being able to appreciate the beauty everywhere. And that part of you is still inside of you. And you can always tap into that. Sometimes life makes us a little bit jaded, but this is in your recent past. All right. Sorry, I clear my throat a lot. Your near future, we have the Magician. This one's been turning up quite a lot over the last few days, so I feel like there's something happening with a lot of people being able to tap into their inner power. This is your ability to make changes. This is your ability to manifest things. The Magician's very early on in the Fool's journey in the major arcana, and that may not mean anything to you, but basically the earlier cards, the main cards, they tell a story of a journey. At the beginning, there's the Fool. He doesn't know what he's jumping into, but then we get to where he's the Magician. He realizes how to bend the different energies to make changes in life, how to harness the different forces, how to tap into his inner magic, basically, and make things happen. Like I always say, this is the point where you stop letting life happen to you, and you realize that you can make things happen, that it can come from you, that it is a result of your choices, and then you learn how to make choices that will put you where you want to go, and you become the Magician, being able to to consciously decide how you want your life to end, and you choosing your fate and your destiny instead of just being a victim of circumstances. So that's good news, because in your near future, you will feel empowered and you will learn how to make choices that will give you the life that you want and that you're not helpless. All right, what crowns you? The best thing that you have going for you in this situation. Well, in a regular deck, this is the Three of Swords, which is a pretty sad card. It's heartbreak, it can be grief, tragedy. When you look at it, she's holding 3 icicles, winter being swords, it's a painful time. We have that older man, as you see, like right behind her. So I'm not saying it isn't a painful time. And I thought that it was kind of weird that this card showed up in this position, because again, this position is what you have going for you, the best thing you have going for you. And I thought, well, how could heartbreak be the best thing going for you? But then when you look at the card, you see she doesn't have to suffer alone. She's got the older man, which I think is referenced down here, the warm-hearted, kind person who has her back. Yes, it is still cold outside, and having people there for her doesn't change that. So you may be feeling pain, and having people that support you doesn't take it away, but that does do you a great help in getting through this uncertain part of the journey, because I'm seeing a common theme, with people there for you. So, and then the bear looks very protective, so you are protected in this circumstance. Okay, you, in this situation, the 10 of Winter. So, you're at the end of a long and painful learning process. So it's a good thing that we see that it's 10, because, like I said before, 10 is the beginning of a new cycle. So it's an ending and a beginning all in one. So it's a transition. So having, in Winter Swords, is communication or painful life lessons. So having been going through a painful life lesson, you're able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. You can see the fairy is just cresting that really snowy hill, and they can see the sun now, and they can see the green valley. So it's almost over. The cold part, it's almost over. They can see where there will be something different. So you're kind of at that part. You in this situation are at this part where you can maybe see a glimmer of hope. You can see the sun rising over the hill. You can see that things are going to be different very soon. And that's good. Your environment, something in your life, another person or circumstance which is affecting this situation. We have the 6 of Winter. You do have a lot of winter cards, but it's interesting because you have winter and summer, so that tells me emotional pain but love, and the two are not contradictory. Actually, it's kind of beautiful, because in the depths of emotional pain, there is an abundance of love and support. So I think if you do have to suffer, that's the best way to have it. So anyway, in your environment with the 6 of Winter. Now, in a traditional deck, this being the 6 of Swords, I love how in my other deck, the Goddess deck, she's in a boat, okay, and she's got the swords in the boat with her, and the swords symbolize the emotional pain that she has endured. She's crossing over the lake to another place. So that says, you're and he's in a boat too. So you're going from one place to another place, just like we showed right here, just heading into another place. This is a time of transition for you. You're heading into a better place. But you don't just forget the pain that you've been through. So in my other deck, they have all the swords inside the boat. Not that you're feeling the pain on a constant basis, or that you intend to carry it around with you day to day, but you will carry with you the lessons that you learned from the suffering, but move on into a new phase in your life, a happier phase. And if you look at the bottom, it says positive changes are on the way, a welcome relief from troubled times, traveling or relocating. Since this is in your environment, this may be something that happens to you, maybe a friend of yours, or a situation in your life that helps to bring you to something more positive. Maybe somebody will invite you to go traveling, or you'll have somebody, start something new with you. All right. Your hopes and fears as it relates to this situation. The 2 of Summer. So this is most likely a hope card, because this is a very positive card, again, having to do with emotions and love. This is that feeling of infatuation when you first fall in love with somebody, how you feel like the other person is just the bee's knees. They're just everything that you've hoped for. You think about them all the time. You can't sleep, you can't eat, doodling their name on your notebook. And I'm not saying that this is romance. It's very possible that it is. It may be that you hope for that idyllic love, that perfect romance, that fulfilling relationship, and maybe you think that is what's going to finally deliver you from the painful life lessons that we see here, or just a return to adoration. But that's not necessarily it. It could just be that feeling. Maybe you want to fall in love with life again. Maybe you just want to have that feeling of being alive, that feeling of being on fire, the feeling of being joyful about something, passionate. All right, and then the last card is going to be your outcome card. If you continue on the current path, And again, nothing is set in stone. Like I always say, you can make different decisions anytime, and that would change the outcome. So if you continue on the current path that you're on right now, a possible likely outcome would be the Seven of Winter. So this is another Swords card. As you can see, there is struggle and difficulty, but there is also love and support. All right. You have the ability to focus on the sun coming up in a new phase ahead of you. You have the ability to focus on the new destination that you're headed to and look forward. Or you have the ability to look backwards. You have the ability... All right, I'm sorry. I had to pause for a minute and really just reflect on this and how everything is working together. This is something, and I could be off base, but what I'm feeling from this, okay, you see how this is your hope? Look at it very closely. You know, you have a hope to be appreciated, to be admired, to have somebody adore you the way that you adore them. And it may not necessarily be a romantic thing, and that is irrelevant. But what I'm talking about is your hope for this, what's the word that I'm looking for? This type of belonging, a feeling wanted, to love and be loved, to fit in, to be seen. And because you want that, I mean, who doesn't, to be honest with you, but you're feeling some type of a lack, some type of a hole, and you feel like this would help you feel complete, because you want somebody to make you feel like you matter, to make you feel like you're not even just that you matter, but you know, you want somebody to look at you like you're a princess or like you're a goddess. And because of that, just be aware, keep an eye out for people that will take advantage of people in the vulnerable situation that you are in. Being vulnerable, it is only human, it is only natural for us when we're feeling a little bit down, when we're going through life challenges that I see that it looks like you may be. When we're going through life challenges, it is completely normal for us to want to have a warm, comforting place where we feel home, where we feel not judged, where we feel appreciated, where we feel seen. Unfortunately, there are people in this world who pick up on that and who exploit it and take advantage of that. And so just be aware that if you continue on your current path, it is possible that somebody, knowing that you are looking for that, will take advantage of your wanting that feeling and pretend that they are going to give that to you in order to satisfy their own means. You know what I mean? Like, they may take advantage of you and betray you by pretending to be the very thing that you're desperately craving, the very thing that you want. So somebody will possibly show up appearing as if they have that thing that you want, but really just using that as a way to get what they want. And so it's not necessarily like for sure this is going to happen, but this is just, be careful who you trust, basically, and keep your wits about you. People that you let close to you, make sure everybody has good intentions for you. Don't compromise your integrity. Don't put anybody before you. Pay attention to your intuition. If you feel like something is off, or if you don't feel like somebody has your best interests at heart, you do not owe them an explanation. You don't owe anybody an explanation. Put you first, and you don't need to have proof. So if something feels off, it probably is. And don't let anybody take advantage of you in this situation. But as we can see, there are plenty of people who do sincerely want the best for you, that will help guide you, that will help protect you, who will be there to give you good advice and warm hugs. So you're not alone. Hopefully that resonated with you. Sorry that I talk so much. And I'll be sending out Reiki here for you in just a moment. I'm going to upload this to YouTube so I can get you the link.